Hey, what's up? This is VJ Villafuerte and ngayon, meron tayong hinandang very useful video lalo na sa mga magte-take ng college entrance exams this year. Magsasagot tayo ng isang full math part ng mock exam na nakita ko sa internet. So yung source ng mock exam na ito, ililink namin sa comments. Pwede nyong i-check doon. Ngayon, magsosolve tayo ng 50 items worth of math problems ng dire-diretso. So useful ito if magte-take kayo ng UPCAT, ASET, DCAT, USTET this year. You can use this video as practice habang nagre-review kayo. So yan, simulan na natin agad sa question 1. Chris has a 500 peso worth of 20 peso, 50 peso, and 100 peso bills. There are two 100 peso bills. If the number of 20 peso bills compared to 50 peso bills is exactly more than 1, how many bills does Chris have in total? So, ang sinasabi sa problem na ito ay si Chris daw ay merong total na pera na 500 pesos. Now, yung 500 pesos na yun ay split between 3 bills. Meron siyang ilang 100 pesos, meron siyang ilang 50 pesos, at merong 20 peso bills. Ngayon, ang hindi natin alam is ilang bills of each kind ang meron siya. Pero actually, alam na natin yung isa. Alam natin na meron siyang dalawang 100 peso bills. So, pwede nating i-indicate na dalawa ito. And actually, para simplihan, para mas masimple pa nating masolve yung problem, pwede na nating i-eliminate yung 100 peso bill. So, dahil alam natin may dalawang 100 peso bill siya, pwede natin na itong bawasan. 500 minus 200 is 300. Ngayon, yung 300 na yan is split between 2 bills na lang. Yan, mas simple yung problem natin that way. So, paano natin isosolve ang number of 50 and 20 peso bills na meron si Chris? Using the second sentence. If the number daw ng 20 peso bills compared to 50 peso bills is exactly more than 1, how many bills does Chris have in total? So, medyo magulo yung wording ng problem na ito. Pero ang sinasabi lang niya is, mas madami daw yung 20 peso bills ni Chris kaysa sa 50 peso bills niya by 1. So, isa lang yung lamang ng 20 peso bills ni Chris. So, how do we solve this? Using systems of equations. So, how do we set up systems of equations ulit? Using your high school lessons. Una, magsiset up tayo ng equation based sa number of bills niya. Let's say yung x represents yung number ng 20 peso bills niya at y naman yung number ng 50 peso bills niya. So, unang equation, iset up natin yung value ng bills ni Chris. So, kung i-add natin yung value ng 20 peso at 50 peso bills, meaning, yan, imumultiply natin yung number of 20 peso bills by its value at yung number ng 50 peso bills by its value. Dapat ang total value niya ay yung remaining na 300. Okay, so meron na tayong unang equation. Next equation naman, magsiset up tayo based on the number of bills themselves and yung relationship nila with each other. Or in other words, yung second sentence. Mas lamang daw yung 20 peso bill sa 50 peso bill by 1. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Kapag isusubtract natin yung number of 20 peso bill sa number of 50 peso bill, equal dapat siya sa 1. Okay? So yun, meron na tayong 2 equations and 2 unknowns. Solvable na yung system natin. Ngayon, how do we solve this? Ang pwede natin gawin is isubtract yung 2 equations together. So, pwede nyo actually yun gawin. Diba, sanay tayo mag-add at subtract ng numbers. Pwede rin tayo mag-add at subtract ng equations. This time, para maka-eliminate tayo ng isang variable. So, how do we do that? Gusto natin i-eliminate si y. Kasi kapag na-eliminate natin si y, we can solve for x at we can solve kung ilan yung bills ni Chris after that. So, i-eliminate muna natin si y. How do we do that? Multiply the second equation by 50. Yan na, i-multiply natin ito by 50. 50 ito, 50 yan. At 50 rin ito. Again, ang ginawa natin, minultiply natin yung second equation, lahat ng terms niya by 50. Okay, doing so, pwede na nating i-add yung dalawang equations together. 20 plus 50 equals 70x. 50 minus 50 is equal to 0. 300 plus 50 is equal to 350. And so, pwede na nating isolve si x. X would now become 5. Right? Kasi, divide both sides by 70 lang. Yan. Ang makukuha nyo is 5. So, alam na natin, meron siyang 5 na 20 peso bills. And so, dahil nga lamang yung 20 peso bill ng isa, alam natin na merong 4 na 50 peso bills si Chris. And, pwede na natin sagutan yung question. Ilan daw yung total number of bills niya? Isama na natin dyan yung 100 times 2. At i-add lang natin to. 2 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 11. So, Chris has a total of 11 bills. Sige, next. Papyrus can paint a room in 4 hours. Undyne can do it in 2 hours. Sans can do a painting job in 8 hours. If all of them work together, how long would it take them to paint the room? So, meron na akong video dito explaining how to solve all types of work problems. Pwede nyong i-check yung video na yun sa same channel natin. Pero, how do we solve this specific work problem? Actually, yung work problem na ito is the simplest type ng work problem na pwede nilang ibigay kung saan kino-combine nyo lang yung efforts ng 2 or more people. So, how do we do this? Yung equation na in-explain ko sa aking video, work problems, ganito lang yung aalalahanin nyo. Summation of T over R is equal to 1. Kung saan yung R is yung given rate nila. Ito, at ito. Yung T naman is yung actual time na trinabaho ng bawat tao at i-add lang natin yung T over R ng bawat member or yung bawat worker sa problem natin. So, sige, i-add natin yung T over R ni Papyrus. Meron siyang T over 4. Yan. Para naman kay Undyne, meron siyang T over 2. Para naman kay Sans, meron siyang T over 8. All of them, pag pinag-add natin, would be equal to 1. Okay, so we just solve for T. Paano natin isa-solve yung T? And ayaw kasi natin mag-deal with fractions, so i-multiply na lang natin yung buong equation by 8. 8 being yung least common multiple nilang tatlo. So, multiply natin 8 times T over 4. Paano yun? Cancel out natin to at ito. Magiging 1, 2. So, magkakaroon tayo ng 2T. Paano naman kapag 8 times T over 2? So, again, cancel. Ito yung magiging 4. This is equal to 40. Next naman, 1 over 8 times 8 is just equal to 1. So, matitira ka na lang with T is equal to 8. Yan. So, again, ang ginawa ko lang is minultiply yung buong equation to the least common multiple para ma-eliminate lahat ng fractions. Matitira tayo dito, 2t plus 40 plus t equals 8. Combine natin, 70 is equal to 8. T ngayon is equal to 8 over 7. So, ang sagot dyan ay 8 over 7 hours. Okay, next, I am thinking of a number. The sum of twice a number and 8 divided by 12 is greater than or equal to 4. Find the numbers in terms of x. So, dito, it is just a matter of translating words into equations. Isa sa pinaka-useful at pinaka-important skill na kailangan nyong ma-develop kapag magtitake kayo ng college entrance exams. I-translate yung words to equations. So, una, the sum. Okay, the sum means plus. Yan, plus yan. Of twice a number. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng twice a number? This is 2x. Yan, ipag-a-add daw natin yung 2x saan? And 8. O, i-add natin yung 2x at 8. This means the sum of twice a number and 8. Divided by 12, okay, kasi nandito na tayo, divided by 12, is greater than or equal to 4. Yun na yun. That's it. Yung buong sentence na ito ay ito lang in equation form. And so, mag-algebra na lang tayo to isolate for x. So, anong una natin gagawin? Multiply both sides by 12 to eliminate yung denominator dyan. Magkakaroon tayo ng 2x plus 8 is greater than or equal to, ano ba ang 4 times 12? 48. 2x is greater than or equal to 40. Dahil tinranspose natin yung 8 sa kabilang side, yan, magiging negative 8 siya. Kaya naging 40. And then, x would now be greater than or equal to 20. Dahil nga, dinivide natin both sides by 2. And so yun, meron na tayong sagot, x is greater than or equal to 20, which is ito. Okay, number 4. Carol and Asgore play billiards every weekend. So far, Asgore has won 5 out of 12 matches. How many matches does Asgore need to win in a row to improve his winning percentage to 90? So, how do we interpret this problem? Let's say naglalaro kayo ng Jack and Poy with a friend. Diba? Tapos, ang gusto nyo is sobrang talunin talaga yung friend na yun such that 90% yung winning chance nyo against them. So, nanalo ka na ng 5 out of 12. So, meron na kayong 12 matches and out of those 12 matches, nanalo ka na ng 5. So, ito na yung panalo mo. Ito yung total matches nyo. Yan, 5 out of 12. At syempre, maglalaro pa kayo ng ilang games. 'Di ba? Ano ba ang equation natin for that? 'Di ba yung winning percentage? Yung winning percentage natin na 90%. O kaya in decimal 0.9. Dapat yun yung number of wins nyo. Yan, number of wins over number of games. 'Di ba? Sa lahat ng games na nilaro nyo, dapat ganito yung number of wins nyo para maka-achieve kayo ng win rate ng 90% or 0.9. So, i-substitute na lang natin. Lagay natin dito yung mga alam na natin. Alam natin meron ka ng 5 wins. Alam na rin natin na meron kang na-play na total na 12 games. Okay, kailangan pa natin yan syempre dagdagan. Kasi hindi pa naman 90% yung winning percentage nyo eh. Dadagdagan natin yung number of wins nyo at yung number of games na nilaro nyo. Now, anong sinasabi sa problem? How many matches does Asgore need to win in a row? So, dapat, para syempre, mahabol nyo yung 90% na win rate, dapat yung next games nyo, panalo na lahat. Ibig sabihin, kung ilan yung games na nilalaro nyo, ganun din dapat yung number of times na panalo nyo. Ibig sabihin, equal lang dapat sila. Kung X games ang additional na nilaro nyo, X games din dapat ang panalo nyo. Oh, so, meron na tayong full equation. 0.9 is equal to 5 plus x over 12 plus x. I-transpose na lang natin ito sa kabilang side. Meron tayong 0.9 times 12 plus x is equal to 5 plus x. So, yung transpose na sinabi ko is done by multiplying the whole equation by 12 plus x. Yan, para ma-eliminate natin yung denominator. O, sige. So, isolate na lang natin yung x. Meron tayong 0.9 times 12. Ano ba ang 0.9 times 12? This is 10.8. Yan, dapat another skill na kailangan yung ma-develop sa pagre-review ng college entrance exams is dapat alam nyo ang multiplication table ng up to 12 by 12. Yan, alam ko na kasi na ang 9 times 12 ay equal sa 108. So, that means ang 0.9 times 12 ay 10.8 lang. Kaya ako na-solve siya ng ganito kabilis. Plus 0.9x is equal to 5 plus x. Sige, now isolate natin. Siguro madali kung isolate natin yan dyan at isolate natin ito dito. Left side, magkakaroon kayo ng 10.8 minus 5. Right side naman, magkakaroon kayo ng x minus 0.9x. Solve natin. This would become 5.8 is equal to 0.1x. And so, divide both sides by 0.1. Move natin yung decimal place. At ang makukuha nating x is equal to 58. Number 5. Alphys has 40 liters of a 10% salt solution. How much salt should be added to make it a 20% salt solution? So, sa mga mixture problems, ang gusto kong gawin is mag-draw ng mga boxes. So, meron tayong box dyan. Ano bang initial concentration natin? Meron tayong 10%, 40 liters. O, yan yung initial condition natin. 40 liters of a 10% salt solution. How much salt should be added? So, mag-a-add daw si Alphys ng pure salt. Ano ba ang concentration ng pure salt? Yan, walang halong water, pure salt lang. This is 100%. Yung amount naman, how much nga yung tinatanong? So, this is x. Hindi natin alam yung amount. Is equal to, ano ang resulting concentration? 20% daw. Sabi nito. At ano naman yung amount niya? What would be the final amount? I-add lang natin ito. This is 40 plus x. Sige. Siyempre, hindi na natin sinama yung liter. Baka kasi malito pa tayo. Yan. Ang next natin gagawin is i-multiply. Yan. I-multiply yung liters sa concentration. So, dito meron tayong 10% ng 40. Ano ba ang 10% ng 40? Diretsuhin ko na. This is 4. 100% ng x, this is just x. And then, ito, 20%, ano ba ang 20% in decimal form? This is 0.2 times yung amount na 40 plus x. Ayan, and so, mag-isolate na lang ulit tayo. 4 plus x is equal to, ano ba ang 0.2 times 40? This is 8 plus 0.2 x. Isolate natin yung x by transposing it here and it here. Left hand side, meron tayong x minus 0.2x. Yan. Right hand side, meron tayong 8 minus 4. Solve natin. This is 0.8x is equal to 4. Divide both sides by 0.8. Yan. 40 divided by 8 lang siya. Or this is 5. Okay, 6. Noel is 5 years older than Azzy at the moment. When their ages are doubled, Azzy is 10 years older than Noel. Finally, the current total of their ages right now is 37. Which of the following could be their ages? So, age problem naman yung meron tayo. Tingnan natin, si Noel daw ay 5 years younger than Azzy. So, Noel, kung i-compare natin, yan, i-tabulate natin yung given. Noel, Azzy. Okay. At the moment, so ito daw yung current age nila. At the moment, si Noel ay 5 years younger than Azzy. So, ibig sabihin kung ang age ni Noel ay x, ang age ni Azzy ay x plus 5. Kasi nga, sabi daw, mas matanda si Azzy ng 5 years kay Noel. So, yun. Tapos, actually, hindi na natin kailangan basahin to. Kasi, tingnan nyo yung third sentence pa lang, sinabi, finally, the current total of their ages right now din to, is 37. Ibig sabihin, ipag-add lang natin yung dalawa, equal dapat siya sa 37. Right? Ano ba ito? 2x plus 5 is equal to 37. Wala namang sinabing after 2 years or after 3 years. Parehas sila nagsasabi na yung ages na dinescribe dito ay at the moment, at right now. 'Di ba? So, same time frames. Ipag-add lang natin yung ages nila, 37 dapat yung result. So, pwede nating i-isolate yung x. 2x is equal to 37 minus 5. Then, 2x is equal to 32. X is equal to 16. So, kung x is equal to 16, ito si Noel. Si Ana naman ay just 16 plus 5 or 21. And yun, meron na tayong sagot. Noel is 16, Azzy is 21. Number 7, you got an average score of 51 over 70 in 3 exams. If an average of 75 is passing and you only have one more exam that is over 100 points, what score must you get in that exam to get a passing mark? So, medyo may konting pagkahaba yung problem na ito. And this type of problem, I think hindi siya kasing level ng difficulty ng binibigay sa PUP set review. Paano ko nasabi? Kasi kakailanganin natin ng calculator dito. Kasi very tedious yung pag-compute ng average ng exams. Pero sige, try pa rin natin i-solve. Okay. You got an average of 51 over 70 in 3 exams. So, sa 3 exams mo daw, 51 over 70 ang average mo. So, it is as if sa 3 exams mo, 51 over 70 ka. Ayan. Okay? Tapos, meron ka na lang isang exam para habulin, para makapasa. Yan, para habulin yung passing score. May isang exam ka na lang na over 100 points. Okay. What score must you get in that exam in order or to get a passing mark? So, yun yung tanong. Ano ba ang passing mark? 75 daw. So, 75. Dapat ang average mo sa lahat ng exams ay 75%. Now, dito na nag-a-arise yung unang complication, and that is mahirap without a calculator or very tedious alamin kung ano ba ang percent ng 51 over 70. So, for this problem, gamitan na lang natin ng calculator. This is for you to know the process. Yan, without without having the trouble of computing yung 51 over 70. Yan, ang importante kasi sa video na ito is malaman nyo muna yung process. Tapos, i-apply nyo habang nagpa-practice na kayo. Hindi naman natin tinuturo dito yung pag-divide at pag-multiply ng numbers. Diba? This is something na natutunan natin noong elementary. Ang mas importante na skill na ma-build natin for this video and para sa pag-practice nyo sa college entrance exams ay yung step-by-step process on solving these types of problems. So, ano ba ang 51 over 70? This is yan, 72.8%. So, 72.8% ang average mo sa tatlong exams. So, medyo mababa. 'Di ba? Ang hinahabol mong score ay 75 eh. So, ano kayang score ang kailangan mong makuha sa fourth exam para mabawi? Yan, para mabawi lahat ng bagsak na exams mo. Okay, pero tingnan niyo yung choices. Dito may eliminate na tayo ng obvious eh. At most 74. Ibig sabihin ng at most 74 is hindi nalalagpas sa 74. Siyempre, mas magandang matataas yung score na makuha natin, di ba? Bakit mo lalagyan ng upper limit? So, wala na to. Automatic, hindi na to yung sagot. Now, check naman natin yung ibang choices. Not less than 76. Sige, pwede. At least 77, pwede. And ito na naman, not more than 78. Bakit mo lalagyan ng upper limit yung score mo? Diba, ibig sabihin, bawal ka magka 100. If nagka 100 ka, hindi ka papasa. So, this choice does not make sense as well. So, dalawa na lang yung pagpipilian natin. And, ito rin, marami akong comment sa question na ito eh. Very erroneous siya. Bakit siya erroneous? Kasi hindi naman inexplain sa atin kung yung apat na exams ay pare-parehas ng weight. 'Di ba? Same weight ba to? Each exam ba consists of 25% of your grade? Or dahil ba mas mataas yung denominator na ito, mas mataas na rin yung weight niya? So, may mga bagay na hindi inexplain yung ating question. Pero sagutan na rin natin. Okay? Sagutan natin normally para malaman nyo yung process on how to solve these types of problems. So, yung average nyo dapat ay 75. Let us assume dahil binigyan ng importance ng problem yung denominator. Sabi daw yung first 3 exams ay 70. Tapos yung next exam mo ay may 100 points. Let's say na yung fourth exam natin ay may mas mataas na weight compared sa previous 3 exams nyo. Sige. So, yung computation ng score natin will go like this. Dapat 75% ang ratio ng correct items nyo over yung total items ng lahat ng exam. Yung total items ng lahat ng exam alam na natin. This is 70 plus 70 plus 70 plus 100. Ano yun? This is 310. Okay, ano naman yung correct items natin? We have 51 plus 51 plus 51 plus yung unknown score nyo sa fourth exam. So, this is 153. Yan, pinag-add natin yung tatlong 51 plus x. Ito yung solution natin for this problem. 153 plus x over 310 is equal to 0.75. And ito, very tedious kung imamanual nating i-compute. Gagamit na lang tayo ng calculator. Kung gusto nyo, as practice, pwede nyo i-solve yung x dito. Pero masyadong matagal kasi siya para sa video natin. So, i-solve na lang natin using a calculator. Ayun, sagot natin is 79.5 or kung hindi tayo pwedeng mag decimal points, ang sagot dyan is actually 80. Dapat makakuha tayo ng 80 or higher sa next exam natin para mahabol yung passing score na 75. Pero tingnan nyo, wala sa choices. Ang gagawin na lang natin is yan, choose the highest na binigay. Pero again, this whole problem is very erroneous. Ang importante na lang natin matutunan dito is yung process on how to solve this. Next, Sim is twice Kiki's age. 10 years from now, the sum of their ages will be 80. How old is Sim now? So, this is a very straightforward age problem. Simple lang siya. Dalawa lang yung persons involved at dalawa lang din yung timelines. So, i-tabulate natin. Sim at si Kiki. Ano ang time frames na binigay? Yung present at 10 years from now. Now, sino dito yung mas bata? Mas bata si Kiki. So, siya yung gawin nating X. Si Sim daw is 2 times ng age ni Kiki. So, 2x. Now, after 10 years, ang gagawin natin dito is i-add natin ng 10 yung both ages nila. So, this is 2x plus 10 and this is x plus 10. Now, 10 years from now daw, kapag pinag-add natin yung ages nilang dalawa, ang makukuha natin ay 80. So, i-add natin. This would be 3x plus 20 is equal to 80. Transpose natin yung 20 sa kabilang side. 3x is equal to 80 minus 20 or 60. X now would be equal to 20. Yan. 20 si Kiki. 20 daw si Kiki. So, si Sim na twice as old as Kiki would be 40. So, ang sagot natin is 40 years old. Number 9, a piggy bank contains 35 coins consisting of 10 centavo and 25 centavo coins. If the value of the coins is worth 5.9, how many 10 centavo coins are there? So, this is identical sa first problem na sinolve natin. Kung saan alam natin yung total value ng dalawang currencies at alam din natin yung total number of coins na meron tayo. Ang gagawin lang natin is to generate two equations, two unknowns ulit. So, ulit yung first equation natin would be based on yung total value ng dalawang coins. So, we would have x plus y. Yan. Kung saan yung x is yung number ng 10 centavo coins. So, its value would be 0.1x. Ang value naman ng 25 centavo coins ay 0.25 times y. Total value ng lahat ng coins would be 5.9. At para naman sa number of coins, kapag daw pinag-add natin yung bilang ng dalawang coins, it would be 35. Kasi nga, 35 coins in total siya. So yan, tulad ng first problem, mag-i-eliminate dapat tayo ng variable. Ang tinatanong sa atin is how many 10 centavo coins are there? So ito dapat yung isolve natin. Kapag ito yung gusto nating isolve, ito dapat yung i-eliminate natin. How do we eliminate y? By multiplying the first equation by 4. Bakit 4? Para kapag minultiply natin yung 4 sa 0.25, ito ay magiging y na lang din. Diba? 4 times 0.25 is equal to 1. So, next step natin would be to subtract. I-subtract natin yung dalawang equations together. So, sige, i-multiply natin yung first equation by 4. Yung first coefficient natin would be 0.4x. Second coefficient natin would be, as I've discussed, 1y. At ito naman, 5.9 times 4. Ano ba ang 5.9 times 4? I-multiply na lang natin. 5.9 times 4, 36, 3, 23.6. Okay, so 23.6 ito. Okay, and then next, i-subtract natin. Ito kailangan malakas din yung imagination nyo. I-subtract natin second equation minus the first equation. So, pataas yung pagtingin natin dito. Una, x minus 0.4x. We would have 0.6x. Pangalawa, y minus y is equal to 0. Pangatlo, 35 minus 23.6. So, siguro mag-subtract ulit tayo dito. 35.0 minus 23.6. We would have 4, 1, at 11.4. Next, i-isolate natin yung x. Divide natin both sides by 0.6. And meron tayong 11.4 over 0.6. I-move na lang natin yung decimal place dito. 114 divided by 6. Kaya ba nating i-divide siya? Try natin. 114 divided by 6. Meron tayong 1, 6, 5, 4, 19. So, yun. Ang number ng 10 centavo coins ay 19. And then next, Tina or Tena walked 500 miles east and then 200 miles west. What is his displacement from the starting point? So, dito, i-draw natin yung path niya. Nag-walk daw siya 500 miles east. So, 500 miles east dito. And then, 200 miles west. Ay, bumalik lang pala siya. So, 200 miles west. So, ang tinatanong, what is his displacement from the starting point? Kung dito siya nanggaling, 500 minus 200 lang yan. This is 300. 300 miles east o west? This is 300 miles east. Kasi dito siya nanggaling at ito yung ending position niya. So, syempre, ang direction niyan is east. So, yun. So, nakasagot na tayo ng 10 questions out of 50 sa buong exam. So, may commercial break muna tayo. If you want more videos like this, yan, ini-invite ko kayo mag-enroll sa ating UPCAT review program kung saan ako at si Chika ang tutulong sa inyo mag-prepare for UPCAT and other college entrance exams na kukunin nyo this or next year. So yan, yung details natin makikita nyo sa isa sa mga posts natin sa Facebook. So check nyo na lang yon or message nyo kami if you have any other questions. Okay, so move na tayo sa question number 11. Saan ba yon? Ayan.